We're going to record the webinar. All the webinar slides we are uploading onto our LinkedIn group, which is Shorebird Webinars on the LinkedIn. By all means, join that group and you can access the recordings probably a couple of hours after this webinar, along with the slides from Winston Solicitors, and she's going to talk about discrimination, the basics. And there's a lot to cover in this. Have a look at her slides. I think she's going to be talking quite fast to get covered all this stuff. But hopefully you'll sort of get something out of it. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please use the SBW chat, and we'll sort of put some key notes as they come out from the presentation as well on there, and join in with some questions. Okay. Just very, very quickly, don't want to bore you, but just to let you know what Shorebird does. We do help companies with their direct hiring strategy, and we do that under 3 different concepts. That's Shorebird Attract, so we attract people under our clients' employer brands. That could be online or offline. We'll help them manage through our CRM or ATS system, which is payable as you go or on contract, etc. Very, very flexible. And we've also got a Shorebird support facility. So if you go on holiday and you want some extra sort of help listing CVs, or you want a whole outplacement support package, then please, we can tailor that to whatever you might need. So please bear that in mind next time you want to do a little bit more direct hiring for yourself. So enough about me. I'm going to pass you over to Marie. Hope you enjoy the webinar. Thanks everybody for listening and being on the line today, and I'll speak to you after the webinar. So, hi Marie.
Hi Liz, hi everybody. Nice to see you all today. What a great turnout we've got. So, I've noticed that some of you are doing your CIPD, which is good luck with that. It's really useful, great qualification. Hopefully this will help you. Prepared to ask any questions either during or after the webinar. So I'm a partner at Winston Solicitors in Leeds, specialise in employment law. I also lecture at the College of Law, now the University of Law in York, and have delivered the legal practice course for them and the postgraduate qualification for a few years. So hopefully this should be at about the right level for you, but if you have any problems, do let me know. Let me just check with Liz how I'm moving through the slides. Right, lovely. Okay, so summary of today's webinar then. You'll get the slides afterwards, but I am going to speak around them. We're looking at discrimination. I was asked recently to deliver this webinar on discrimination. I think it's a popular subject. First of all, we're going to look at the protected characteristics, eligibility to bring claims, and then I'm just going to run through the types of discrimination, some different types, so direct, indirect, victimisation and harassment. Hopefully at the end of it you'll get a good handle on where we're going with each of those. So just moving on to the next, just bear with me, there you go. So protected characteristics then. When we're looking at discrimination, we're looking at discrimination under the Equality Act 2010. It came into force on the 1st of October 2010. And before that we had a raft of legislation, so Sex Discrimination Act, race, different acts for different discrimination. This brought all the discrimination issues together in one act, which has been seriously useful in my opinion, having previously used a plethora of acts. I don't know if anybody else has had that issue. There are a number of protected characteristics, and I just want to run through those first. So first of all, we've got age under Section 5, disability under Section 6, gender reassignment Section 7, marriage and civil partnership Section 8, pregnancy and maternity, I'm not going to dwell too much on that at the moment, race Section 9, religion or belief Section 10, sex and sexual orientation. My top tip to you all, when you're looking at discrimination or discrimination claims, people panic when a claim comes in or they think they might be at risk of a claim. If you're in a disciplinary hearing with someone, if you're a HR officer and somebody says, I think you might be discriminating against me, or they put, I'm raising a grievance and I think there's discrimination, always go back to basics. Don't panic first of all. That's my first tip for you. A lot of laymen, people who are not familiar with the legislation, will sometimes say, you've discriminated against me, you've treated me differently. That might be the case, but you need to bear in mind that unless they can say you've treated them differently and it's as a result of or it affects them because of one of the protected characteristics, then you might not be looking at discrimination. So don't automatically throw your hands up in the air. I don't know which the most common one is I've come across at the moment. It's disability discrimination, I think. I don't know if any of you have had any claims or what the most common type of ground for